I studied computer science at the University of Waterloo in Canada. The University of Waterloo is arguably the best engineering school in Canada. I was really fortunate to go there, but as part of that, I got connected to a bunch of other brilliant people doing exciting things. I worked for different companies in Canada, and the opportunities that I had are what have motivated me to create the same sort of opportunities for our people in Nigeria and across the continent.
This is Andela, a tech startup formed by a team of multicultural software developers to connect global companies with the best talent in software engineering through training. It was formed in 2014 by 6 developers from Nigeria, the United States, Canada, and Cameroon, and Nadaya Enegesi is one of the co-founders.
Andela is solving the global technical talent shortage problem. Engineering companies across the world are consistently looking for talent to help them build and scale. As a matter of fact, by the nature of technology, the more technology that exists and the more innovation that exists, the more we'll need people to build more technology. And so it is no surprise that for every software engineer that exists in the United States, there are 5 open engineering jobs looking for them. And Andela is really here to match brilliance with opportunity.
I needed specifics for the layman's understanding into the kind of work developers do at Andela, and Nad was glad to explain.
Say you built a company to solve Nigeria's traffic problem, okay? It was going to be powered by artificial intelligence so that it consistently reads the amount of traffic on the road and manages the red, green, and yellow stops based on inflow of traffic. At your seed stage, you can probably build out a version of that solution with your founding team, and then eventually you get to a point where you need a large team of developers to keep building, to keep expanding around the country and maybe around the continent. Andela developers can join your team, work with you every single day. They're embedded in your workflow. They're going to be there gathering requirements of the tool you're trying to build. They're going to be there to build the architecture with you, to design the different components that you're going to put together to build out this solution. They're going to be there to not just build the interface that you see on the web or mobile interface, but also the back end part of the application, where you store all your data and the different servers and how everything connects with each other. They're going to be there to write and execute the tests that you use to test how effective your solution is and whether it will perform in the real world. And they'll be there to deploy it so that it is live and all your customers can use it and benefit. So these are the things that our developers are capable of now. These high-level outputs, as we refer to them, are broken down into different building blocks. But in those building blocks are things ranging from computer science fundamentals to more advanced topics, all the way to professional skills, which is very instrumental in how the developers integrate and communicate with your team.
Andela began a 4-year fellowship program to give talents an immersive experience in software development. Andela alumni are expected to join global and local companies, start their own ventures, or take senior developer roles at Andela to continue building the next generation of tech leaders at the company.
I started the Andela Fellowship in 2014, and the general ethos behind it was, if you expose people to a controlled environment where they can build foundational level skills and then immediately start working on real world problems with world-class teams over the period of a few years. In this case, we picked 4. We believe that that would not only contribute to transforming those companies, but it creates a space for self and individual transformation. And so recently we celebrated 21 developers who have completed the 4 years of the fellowship. Some of them came in without any prior software engineering experience, and over the course of the 4 years they have worked with 2 to 3 companies consistently. They've become integral members of their team. They have grown with those companies from developers to mid-level developers to team leads to senior developers. And it really is just the beginning of what those developers are going to do, because some of them are now staying at Andela to continue building the pipeline of the next generation of tech leaders here. Some of them are joining other teams within our local ecosystem to truly energize Andela's mission of catalyzing the local ecosystem. And so the fellowship is really an intense period where very driven people transform themselves from aspiring technologists to world-class tech leaders.
It's tough to get in. Andela accepts only 0.7% of over 75,000 applications sent in yearly. But Tams Sokari was one of the lucky ones. He heard about the Andela Fellowship on social media and applied in 2015. He says it feels thrilling to have been accepted into the program that just graduated 18 developers.
It was thrilling because I remember after the boot camp, I was back home with my family and we were all discussing, and I get the email, and it was exciting to see that. And I actually, it was exciting for me. And so getting in was like the second most exciting thing that happened in my life, because at first I was like, boy, am I good enough to get in the first place, considering the challenge that we face before we get into Andela. And I felt validated, I felt excited, felt favored.
But what impact did the 4-year fellowship have on Tam's career?
It's been filled with learning and growth. So learning, be that about like technical skills or people skills, working with like teams, building organizations, and growing in different ways as well, financially, intellectually, like communication, being able to convince people of ideas, and it's been filled with learning and growth all through. And that's really how I describe it. It's more like a learning and growth experience than anything else.
Tams will now be joining technology company Transfix, bringing his new skills to bear to add value. As part of the fellowship, Andela runs Launchpad to empower fellows with lifelong career skills.
I run the Launchpad, and what we do is essentially lay down the foundation and create support programs to enable developers who are approaching that 4-year completion mark to maximize their impact by either joining local teams or building other institutions and companies.
Across their centers in Lagos, Nigeria, Nairobi, Kenya, and Kampala, Uganda, Andela operates on a 4-letter value system, EPIC.
Andelans are epic people. And I don't mean epic in just the sense of the word. EPIC actually is an acronym for our values: excellence, passion, integrity, collaboration. So with each of these values, they're fundamental beliefs that each Andelan holds. We believe that we are lifelong learners. What that means is we're always learning, we're always improving ourselves. We are super passionate about our work. We believe that we're going to change the world, and we act that way. A lot of people say they're going to change the world and their actions do not match that. We believe it, we say it, and we do the right things that would enable us to change the world. We hire the right people and trust them to do the right thing. So one thing you would notice at Andela is there is no micromanagement, because everybody that's here knows why they're here and knows what they have to do, and they come in every single day fired up to do it. And of course we collaborate. Like if you look at our founding story, diversity and collaboration is embedded in our DNA, and we believe our sum is greater than our parts. So if you ask what an ideal Andelan is, Andelans are excellent, we're very passionate, we have integrity, and we always rely on each other through collaboration.
Andela was awarded the best place to work in Africa in June 2018. Andela also ranked in the top 5 employers that offer best opportunities for graduates in Nigeria. Nad gives an insight into how they achieved this feat.
Imagine working at a place where everyone respects everyone. Everyone comes into work with a knowing and with a collective sense of purpose. And not only do you have that purpose and that drive, but everything else that you need in order to perform your work has essentially been done. So all you have to focus on is your work. That enables people to be effective, and it also creates the right environment for people to have strong personal relationships. Like if I were to summarize our secret sauce there, I would say it's our culture. But what we really mean by that is that we have created an environment that enables people to be effective and also have strong relationships in the workplace.
In just 4 years, Andela has achieved a lot of their goals and counting. They have trained over 700 developers in Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya, and they currently have 125 partners spread across 55 cities and 11 countries. But this startup also has its challenges.
One huge challenge that we have, by virtue of operating here, is infrastructure. For instance, this office is our 7th office. So almost every year we have had to move, and we're a little over 600 employees that work in this building. By this time next year, we'll be well over 1,000, and it is very clear that this office space is not going to be sufficient. But looking for our next home in Lagos is challenging. Also, with physical infrastructure being a challenge, there are other ones that are just a byproduct of being in this environment, like power, internet. But these are all things that we have managed to solve over the course of the last few years, and we'll be looking to essentially optimize for in the future.
Andela's drive to nurture the next generation of African software developers is on full speed. They are set to launch training in Rwanda soon and are continually bringing African engineering excellence to the global market.
My name is Bayo Lion Adedeji. I am the founder of Dundu Nation.
Dundu Nation is beyond hot, sweet-tasting snacks. It is more than just affordable food sold on the street. This business embodies pride in Nigeria, the unique taste of our locally grown food, and a job opportunity for hundreds of people. With an MBA in the bag and an idea in mind, Bayo Adedeji got cooking. So tell me, what inspired the name Dundu Nation?
So Dundu means fried yam. Dundu just means fried yam. Dundu is a Yoruba word for fried yam. So we named it Fried Yam Nation. It's a fried yam nation, but we do more than fried yam, which is amazing. We sell agari and moi moi. We sell cocoa and kose, that is akara and ugi. Right? We sell bread and akara. We sell risky burger for people that know what risky burger is. We sell egg. We sell dangerous burger. That's moi moi and bread. We sell akara and bread. We sell egg and bread. Right? We take the Meshai concept and we replicate it. Right? And we've taken the Friday Woman's concept, replicated it, and we continue to open more brands under one, which is amazing for us. So 300, we give you plantain 150. That's 450. We give you sauce 100 naira, 550. Mommy, yam. Yeah, people, give me more yam, more yam.
Bayo saw a business opportunity in one of Nigeria's most abundant staple food and a delicacy most Nigerians enjoy. And he decided to do an old thing in a new way by reinventing how street food business is done.
We have taken street vending. We've taken street vending and taken it to a new level, right? Where we've made it more modernized. We've made it clean. You can look at my staff behind. You know, they're well dressed, they're properly trained, they wash their hands before they touch the food. But basically, we are able to keep street pricing, right, for more hygienic food, and we deliver. Our bikes are going to show up here now. So our customer service team is taking orders right now, you know, and that's what all our locations do, and that's how we drive the business.
After a failed shoe retail business, Bayo discovered he had to take more than loans to start up a new one. He needed to take risk as well, and in 2016, Dundun Nation was born in a small caravan in Teju-Osho, Lagos. So what were those mistakes you made when you were starting up?
The first location cost us so much because we made a lot of mistakes. I remember paying the welder 500,000 to build the container that we wanted to use, and the guy never came back. Like, the guy built something, it's crap, and we lost the money. We had to pay so much for space because we didn't know what we were doing. I think we spent about 2 million naira. I took out a loan. I took out a personal loan from a friend. I borrowed 500,000 from family. I borrowed 100,000 from this. I put it together as a loan, and I paid them back over a couple of months because we had to go work, we had to do other things. But in the first year of the business, we recovered our investment, and that's why we knew that we were onto something.
From that one caravan, Dundun Nation now has 25 locations across Nigeria and employs over 150 people. So tell me how this growth process has been for you so far.
We opened this year with 4 locations. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In Lagos. We're in Teju-Osho, we're in Yaba, we're in Oshodi, and we're in Ogba. Now, in Lagos, we have 15. I'll try to see if I can remember everyone. We have Lekki in Maya Center. We have VI in Federal Radio. We have Balogun, CMS. We're inside Balogun by Martin Street now. And we have Sulere, Adeniro Ogusoya, 34 Adeniro Ogusoya, rocking it. We have Abule Oja, right by University Avenue beside next salon, right? That is, how many am I now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've lost you 2, so that's 5. We have Abule Oja. We have 4 that we own in Yaba, Teju-Osho, Oshodi, and Ogba. That is 9, right? We have Ogudu. We have Ketu. We have Akunwojo. We have, I'm missing a couple now. We have Akunwojo. We have Egbeda, right? So we have Bagara. We have Ikeja. I cannot forget my people, right? And you can see we continue to grow, like, yeah. And I'm sure I'm missing a couple. Like, we have locations, like we have a mobile app where we take orders. We launched that this year. In Abuja, we have 3 operating locations in Abuja. Maitama, Wuse 2, and one more, and Gwarimpa, right? Right now, by the end of next month, we're going to have 6. We're now going to be in Kubwa, we're going to be in Utako, we're going to be in Gwagwalada. That is amazing. We're in Ilorin, we're in Ibadan. This week, we opened 2 locations in Ibadan. Amazing, like amazing. Oluyole Estate and New Bodija now opened, operating. I've not even seen them. We've gotten to the point where I have not physically seen all our locations, right? I have to now go there. I'm actually going to leave here and go to Ibadan to go see our locations in Ibadan. I just came from Abuja last night, right? We're in Ilorin, we're in Port Harcourt, we're in Benin, we're in Warri. We're trying to expand. We're going to Cote d'Ivoire, we're going to Ivory Coast, we're going to Ghana, we're going to London. Like, that's amazing for a company. Like I said, you asked me about my background first. I don't have parents. My parents are dead. And for me to be able to build that business and be the leader of that business is amazing. I'm a regular guy that went to Ife. I had Risky Burger half of my life when I was in college. So for me to now own a business like that is amazing. And that's the possibility of Nigeria.
This exponential growth in just 2 years wasn't magic. Dundun Nation thrives on synergy with other business-minded food lovers through franchising.
Our business is now franchised. A lot of our locations, the company only owns 4 locations. This is one of them that operate, but the rest are franchised. The franchise model helps us to get capital from multiple individuals that are interested in getting into business with us and help us scale the business. We have to then become creative to grow our business, which is amazing for us.
I visited one of the franchises in Surulere, Lagos to see for myself. Naomi Sidahomi owns this branch. The pharmacy graduate and University of Lagos alumna says Dundun Nation was a launchpad for her to get into food business as she always wanted.
I found out about Dundun Nation on Instagram through a sponsored ad that Mr. Bayo posted in 2017. He arranged a meeting for future franchisees to meet. So we went for the meeting, we were just laid back, my mom and I, and then we listened to the propositions and the budget and all that and all that. And we thought it's a good idea and we decided to venture into it. But we always actually wanted to do food. I always actually wanted to do food. So I think franchising was like a stepping stone because I feel, okay, there are laid down rules and regulations, there are set procedures, standard operating procedures. So it's a lot easier than venturing, starting from scratch. I really didn't know what to focus on. If it was, okay, I want to do gourmet food or street food or that kind of thing. So Dundun Nation was a type of footing that I could start with.
Naomi opened this outlet in May 2018 and now has 4 staff. She represents several other entrepreneurs in Dundun Nation who are turning food to fortune. So how would you qualify the impact of Dundun Nation on job creation in Nigeria?
Our locations individually hire 3 to 4 people. Including the owner, you have 5. If you multiply that 5 by 25, that's 125. Plus my 50, that's 175 people that now have jobs because we decide to modernize fried yam. Give me the Dundun Nation backup paper. Dundun Nation backup paper. Dundun Nation backup paper. Dundun Nation backup paper. People, you continue to serve. I need 1 person. All right. Thank you. All right. Put that there. Yeah. Yeah. Take care of you. Right. Can you give me a little more plantain here? A little more plantain. Yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah. Start attending to people. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Okay.
I watched how you serve customers. I mean, it's very admirable. You speak to them politely. You even call some back and serve them extras. So is this one of the reasons why you say people keep coming back to patronize you?
They pay me. They pay me. They bring money to me to pay me. They are my boss. They are everybody in Dundun Nation's boss. We care about the customer. If you complain about getting a meal, we will send you a new one. If you come to us and we know you, we'll call you by your name. That is the customer service that we plan to build, and that's the company that we plan to build. A company that works, that thinks about the customer as being king.
So, what's your advice to aspiring entrepreneurs, people who look at your business, admire your model, admire what you're doing, and we want to do something similar? What would you advise them to do?
Be patient and be willing to start small and grow from that small. I told you about the story of our first container. And how we expanded to 2nd container, to the 3rd one, to the 4th one. Now we're on a ton more, right? It's that patience of growth and being able to fall forward. You make a mistake, you just make sure that every mistake you make, you fall forward. So you are always leaping forward each time and you're getting better.
In a country where 3.7 million children are severely malnourished, Dundun Nation has drawn up an ambitious plan to feed 50,000 mouths per day and 500,000 in the next 5 years. They already own yam plantations to achieve this goal. At this expansion rate, one would not be surprised if Dundun Nation is competing with the likes of McDonald's in the nearest future, serving local African dishes and exporting it to the world.